So, Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Mariam Data Science Valley, and I am a student at the Han School from Honolulu campus on an academy. Today, my special guest name is Scrappy Gambling wlingflin. So, I asked many questions for personal life and life journey. So, without wasting time, I started my interview. Hi, Scrappy.
Hello, how are you today?
Uh, Hi, I am fine, and how are you?
I'm having a wonderful adventure cruising the river through Europe from Romania to Amsterdam, and it has been such a great education to learn about so many cultures, so many people from all over.
Okay, so I request you please introduce ourselves.
Oh, me, I started off life as a child wanting to be a scientist. I loved science. I played with science. I thought it was fun. When I got to go to university, I studied chemistry and physics. And I went to graduate school and I studied physics and got a master's in physics. But I never actually worked as a physicist. Instead, I used physics to guide me on my journey of how to do impossible things. I worked at Hewlett Packard for 10 years in many engineering and product development jobs. I worked with mass spectrometers. I worked with 3 Silicon Valley startups. That was very exciting. Then, over 20 years ago, I started my own consulting business, helping turn managers into leaders and groups into true teams that can achieve impossible things together.
Okay, thank you so much. So, my first question is, what is your name?
My name?
Yes.
My name is Kimberly Wlingflin, and I call myself Scrappy because the way I approach my work. So Scrappy's not my real name, but it's kind of a fun thing I put in front of my name. So my name is Kimberly Wlingflin. And you are Miriam?
I am Mariam, Data Science Valley, and I am working at the Han School from Honolulu campus. My section is I take all interviews out of country and Pakistan. So this is my second interview with out of country. And so my last question is, what do your name mean?
What does my name mean?
Yes.
Well, my first name, it's just a fun name. And I think I was named after some actress that was popular when my mom was having me as a baby. And my last name is a German name, and it comes from a word called Gewieft. And I've been told it means someone who's very clever at getting things done, but doesn't always worry about the impact on the human beings. And I must say, I was suffering from that problem for many years before I learned the power of building relationships to get results and the human skills required for producing breakthroughs.
Okay, that's great. So my next question is, what is your work?
My work now?
Yes.
I'm consulting for the last 20 years. I'm facilitating workshops. I get like 24 people from 10 different countries who work for the same company, get them in the same room, have them work together on impossible projects, study leadership and team effectiveness, organizational culture. I use Silicon Valley design thinking approaches for innovation because I live in Silicon Valley. I use project management I wrote a book about project management called Scrappy Project Management, and I love to help people achieve what seems impossible by using what I call common sense, but it's not common practice. Even if people know it, they don't do it. It's crazy.
Okay, that's great. So my next question is, where are you from and like hometown?
My hometown was in rural western Pennsylvania. It was, out in the woods. It was not close to any big cities or towns. It was the suburbia. We call them the suburbs. And I grew up running around in the woods and playing in the trees and climbing trees and going in the creek and finding frogs and tadpoles and create crawdads. And it was really a fun way to grow up as a kid, outside and playing and exploring Mother Nature.
Okay, that's great. So my next question is, how is your day going?
How is my what going?
Day.
Oh, today? Well, this morning I was in a town called Wertzheim, and I was walking around the streets looking at castles and buildings that had been built hundreds of years ago, almost 1,000 years ago. And I was so amazed at what human beings are capable of. And then I heard stories about how people were cruel to each other and killed people because they thought they were witches, and all the terrible things that happened in the wars. And then I came back to the boat, had a nice lunch, and now I'm sailing along looking at Mother Nature as we head for our next destination, taking a little bit of a vacation. So pretty nice and relaxing day today. Thank you.
Okay, that's great. So my next question is, what do you like to do in your free time?
Oh, I love listening to live music. I enjoy having parties at my house with my friends with live bands. Jazz is one of my favorite styles of music. Oh, we have picnics out on my back patio and hanging around with a family of friends, I call it. That's a lot of fun for me. And I like to meet people. I like to get to know people from all over the world. So my work is kind of one of my hobbies.
Okay, that's great. So my next question is, what is your favorite color?
My favorite colors? Well, since I was a kid, I loved purple. I also love yellow. And together, they're very playful and creative. I don't like boring things, so I dress creatively. I like to dress with lots of colors. I'm always wearing socks that are really colorful. So like this is what I call innovation socks, to express their creativity through the clothes they wear.
Okay. So my next question is, what is your favorite book name?
Wow, let's see. There are so many wonderful books out there. I think I love most of all Time to Think, Listening to Ignite the Human Mind, because that book emphasizes the power of listening generously to other people, and through listening, we can unleash amazing possibilities. If you really listen to someone generously, they will get smarter. They will have breakthroughs in their own thinking. So Time to Think, Listening to Ignite the Human Mind by Nancy Klein. Really beautiful book.
Okay, that's great. What is your favorite season?
Spring, when everything comes back to life, when flowers are blooming and birds are singing and people feel like, oh, now we are free of this cold, dark winter. So This is what I really love to experience, the springtime. What about you? What's your favorite one?
My favorite one is winter.
Really interesting.
Yes,
What's the reason?
because I like winters and I like winter season.
Okay.
So my last question is, do you play any sports and games?
Oh, well, I never really was into sports. I did some water skiing as a kid. I would do snow skiing. I used to ride some snowmobiles. But I really don't do team sports. I used to roller skate. That was a lot of fun. I just really like to play music. I guess that's the most thing. I'm not good at it, but I I do love to play hand drums, doing a drum circle. I used to go every week downtown San Francisco and play in the drum circle. And oh gosh, sometimes I play a little bass guitar. It's kind of fun for me. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just so excited about hanging out and meeting people and doing my work. That keeps me pretty happy. Like meeting you here. This is very exciting for me to meet you, and you're living in Pakistan, and wow, what an adventure, right? I grew up in the rural western Pennsylvania. I didn't think I'd ever meet somebody from Pakistan.
Okay. So my last question is, what is your dream job?
I'm doing it. I guess if I could make it even better, I would work with the World Business Council for Sustainable Development, and I would help the 230 member companies in the World Business Council for Sustainable Development. I would help them transform their businesses to make a positive impact on the planet as they are making a profit and producing their great, wonderful business results. So yeah, because I'm thinking maybe if I can do the impossible things, maybe I should help the biggest companies in the world transform planet Earth for the better. That would be fun. I've always wanted to transform planet Earth for the better. Somebody did ask me that one time, what's your dream job? And I said, transforming planet Earth for the better, for the good of all. So I'm working on it. Let's see what I can do in the next year or two.
Okay, that's great. So my next question is, do you have any pets?
Yes, I have a 19-year-old cat, and he sleeps all the time. And he likes to sleep in the kitchen sink. And he's a little bit cranky because he only wants to be petted and he doesn't want to play. He's too old and tired for that.
Okay, that's great. So my next question is, what is your favorite subject? And
My favorite subject?
yeah,
Physics. Physics is the essence of everything. It's the basis of reality. I especially like chaos theory, complexity theory, emergent behavior, because it explains things like how birds fly together. Thousands of birds fly together, and there's no bird that's the president. They don't have bird command and control. There's no bird laws except how they relate to each other. So chaos, complexity theory, emergent behavior shows how complex systems can arise from simple interactions among the various parts. It's really quite impressive.
okay, that's great. My favorite subject is physics, and I like in physics. So I
Oh, I'm so
enjoy
glad. What
Yes,
do you like about
my
physics?
physics is my subject because I like physics because my subject is data science and data science is added for physics subject. So I choose data science and my favorite subject is physics and computer science.
Oh, well, that's very exciting. So I hope you're studying AI and using ChatGPT and chatbots. I use them every day.
Yes, I use in ChatGPT every day. That's
Ooh, what do you use it for?
yes, that's more usable ChatGPT, and I am very happy to asking questions and solve the problems.
Yeah, it's really smart. Amazing company
Yeah,
that created that, and we're going to be able to use that. That's a little, it's a coach in your pocket.
yeah. So my last question is, what kind of movies do you enjoy?
Oh, I guess I'm too serious about this, but I love watching movies about the documentaries. I like to find out what's really happened on the planet. And I like to learn people's stories of their lives and how things have happened. I like to watch documentaries about quantum mechanics and relativity and the new areas of physics that are emerging. And I like to study things, learning and growing. So for me, watching something about a true story is much more interesting than just watching something that's just for fun or fiction. I don't like watching scary movies. No.
That's great. So my, so my next question is, do you like reading books?
No, not really. I used to read books a lot when I was a kid, but I find I like to read book summaries. I don't really want to sit there and read a long book. I'd rather watch a movie or a documentary series or just an 8-page summary of a 500-page book. I did read one book in the last couple of years. It's called How to Change Your Mind, and it's about how human brains can be impacted by things like mushrooms and other kinds of chemicals, and how they can be cured of various mental illnesses and trauma. So I was really fascinated to read about the research on that. And of course, I did read Time to Think, Listening to Ignite the Human Mind. And of course, I read my own book, Scrappy Project Management. I hope you will read it. It's a lot of fun.
Okay, that's great. So my next question is, what is your favorite personality? Any personality you like it?
Oh, personality, wow. I have to always say Albert Einstein. If I could meet any famous person in the whole world, in all history, I would want to meet Albert Einstein because he seemed to me so interesting, so insightful, and also a nice human being. So I would love to have dinner with Albert Einstein someday and listen to all of his insights about human life. Or maybe an alien from outer space. That would be fun too. I would love to meet a real nice, kind alien and find out about other civilizations in the stars. I don't know. Maybe they don't exist, but I'm hoping someday we will meet them.
Okay, that's great. So my next question is, what is your hobbies and talent?
Oh, I don't know. I used to do things like dancing and playing piano and stuff like that. But like I said, my hobby is my work. I love my work. I go and I facilitate workshop learning labs. It's so much fun. We wear crazy glasses. We have rubber chickens. We do all kinds of exciting adventures and games. And I hang out with wonderful people that I love to do this work. And then when I'm not doing that, well, here I am, sailing on the river across Europe. And earlier this year, I was in Bangkok for 2 weeks, working there and having adventures in Thailand. And I was in China, in Shanghai, and I was working there, but also having wonderful adventures, eating the delicious food. I love dining out on amazing food from around the world. That's kind of what I spend my time doing when I'm not really working hard checking my email.
Okay, so my last question is, what is your age?
I don't share that with anybody, and in where I live, we never ask that. That's the kind of thing that it's like, what? Why would you ask me that? That is just not something we ask people. And what I do is I tell people age is just a number. Age is, how do you feel? I feel like I'm about 40. People tell me I act like I'm about 12 because I'm so energetic and wild. And I don't know, it's just so fun to be me and whatever age I am. I refuse to think about age except something to celebrate once a year. So that's how I approach age. If you think about age as actually programs your brain in negative ways. So it's much more powerful to imagine yourself as youthful and joyful and energetic and not think about age. Yeah.
Okay, so my last question is, what is your favorite holiday?
Favorite holiday? Oh gosh. Wow, I guess I would have to say New Year's Day because that's a whole new beginning for possibilities that, oh my goodness, possibilities for the new future. So yeah. So I guess New Year's Day is a new beginning. It's a fresh start. It's kind of like springtime for me. Beautiful holiday.
Okay, that's great. So my last question is, what is your most interesting place you are visit?
Well, I think the most interesting place was Fiji. It was an island, a bunch of islands. I went scuba diving down there. I was living on a boat and scuba diving and visiting different islands. I got to meet people who lived in huts on the islands. They didn't have doors on their houses. They were very kind. They were very friendly. Everyone I met was so kind and friendly. And it was a pretty poor country, but they were also wonderful and lovely. And I think it was the most welcoming and joyful group of people I've ever met to meet the people of Fiji. I met some young people there on the island that was very, very poor. And I asked this one boy, what can I send you to help you? And he said, please send me school supplies, ma'am. He wanted to learn. He wanted to study. It was so inspiring to me to meet them.
That's great. So my last question is, do you have a favorite childhood memory?
Childhood memory.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, my best childhood memory is with my grandmother and my grandfather, my mother's parents. Every weekend, they would take one of us children, either me or my one brother or my other brother. They would take one of us to their home. We would get to stay at their home, and they would take us to the grocery store, and we could pick some little snack treat that we loved. And it was so cool living with them because they're my grandparents, so they loved me so much. They gave me a little bit more then. They treated me so special. I always felt like I was their little angel.
Okay, so that's great. So my last question is, do you prefer tea and coffee?
Oh, I mostly have been drinking decaf tea for most of my life because I became more energetic. So I avoided caffeine. But the last couple of years, I started to drink some caffeine. I really like cappuccino. But I still love green tea, chamomile tea, other kinds of herbal teas from around the world.
Okay, that's great. So my next question is, uh, what do you like traveling and any place, any country?
What countries?
Yeah.
I've been to Japan
What do
100
you
times.
like?
I've worked with over 50 Japanese companies. I love working with Japanese companies. I've loved working with my Japanese colleagues and the other people who work for Japanese companies. And being in Japan 100 times, I can tell you, it is a very interesting society. I don't really understand Japanese culture, but I admire it. So I love being there because they're so kind, they're friendly, they're polite. They're so funny because one time I said to one of my friends there, "Oh, Japanese are so kind and polite." And she said, "Maybe we are just pretending." Oh, I said, I don't care. It's called being civilized. And they are, friendly and kind, even if it's just the tradition of their country. I always felt very warmly welcomed there.
Okay, that's great. So my next question is, what is your favorite dessert?
Dessert. Wow. Favorite dessert. There's chocolate, dark chocolate. Anything with dark chocolate has got to be the best, right?
Okay, that's great. So my next question is, what is your favorite fruit and vegetable?
I love peas. I like to eat them in anything. Green peas or just having a big bowl of peas. As far as fruits, wow. Oh, there's so many great fruits, but I like berries, blueberries, blackberries. Those are tasty. Mix it with some nuts and have it. Yeah. What about you? What are your favorite fruits and vegetables?
My favorite fruit is mango and apple, and my favorite vegetable is lettuce finger and just.
Lovely, lovely. Well, maybe we'll get to enjoy those together sometime if I ever see you in person.
Okay, that's great. So my next question is, do you enjoy cooking or baking more? Anyway.
Oh, it's so funny because when I was growing up as a child in high school, I was given an award, the Betty Crocker Future Homemaker of America Award, which means I should like cooking and baking, and I used to, but I don't anymore. I let other people cook and bake, and I like to enjoy eating them.
Okay, that's great. So my next question is, what is your favorite drink?
Oh, drink. Oh, I don't know. Water. Water is the best for you, right? Water is healthy. Water is wonderful for you. If you have the only one drink in the world, water would be my favorite. Yeah. Sparkling, especially if it's sparkling or flavored with.
Okay, so my last question is, what is your favorite food?
Lobster. My favorite food is lobster. Lobster is the best. Ooh, yummy. If I have to have just one thing, it's lobster. And I caught some of my own. I was scuba diving and I was hunting for lobster and I caught them. It was very exciting.
Okay, that's great. So my last question is, what is your favorite cartoon? Any?
Oh, I love, let's see, oh gosh. Sorry, so there's, what is it called? Rick and Morty, and then some of those weird shows about outer space people. Yeah, I like those kinds of shows. Rick and Morty is one of my fun ones. And Solar Opposites is another good one. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
Okay, so my next question is, what is your favorite app and you using app always?
Please repeat it because I have a little trouble with internet on this boat ride.
Okay. So what is your favorite favorite app on your mobile?
Oh, app, I really like this one app called, let's see, what is it called? Yes, let's see. It's called the Super App, and it's based on the secret of how to manifest your goals and dreams. And I love that because every day I take time to read the positive affirmations that reminds me of how to manifest the kind of life I want to live and want to create on planet Earth. So the Super App based on the movie The Secret. And it's all about how our brains, whatever we focus on, gets bigger. Whatever we pay attention to will get stronger. So I like to pay attention to positive things, positive, powerful images of the future I'm creating for myself and my friends, my family, and the world.
Okay, that's great. So my next question is, what is your favorite restaurant and you like it and you go always the restaurant?
Restaurant, oh dear, that's, yeah. I really love this one restaurant called the Plumed Horse. It's so fancy. They bring you like 7 little beautiful dishes. And it's gorgeous. Each one is like a masterpiece. Each one is like a beautiful piece of art. And it is just so fun to go there. So, yeah, I guess the Plumed Horse, or maybe Sons and Daughters is another one. It's called fine dining. Fine dining is really a beautiful hobby of mine. But you can't go very often because it's so expensive. But if I can go for fine dining for a lovely dinner, that is lovely. And I'm going to go to a wonderful restaurant in Amsterdam for my birthday in 4 days. And I don't know that restaurant. I've never been there, but I hope it is special and magical.
Okay, that's great. So my next question is, what is your favorite thing in your life?
Oh, well, again, my favorite things in my life. Well, I love my work. I love my colleagues. I have a wonderful team called Silicon Valley Alliances. There's some people I've been working with for 15 years, for 10 years. Super smart. They're super smart. They care about each other, and together we can do what seems impossible.
Okay, that's great. So my last question is, so viewers, I paused the interview a few minutes because Azan.
Yeah, I couldn't understand what you said. Could you please repeat it? I'm having a little bit of trouble hearing what you're saying because of the mask.
Okay, I chat in private chat.
Chat. Yeah, put it in chat. What a great idea. Lovely. Let's see. I'm thinking about what you may be asking me. Meanwhile, I'm thinking how beautiful it is, looking at all the beautiful things going by on the shore. Okay, I say it, I pause it. Okay, so you're going to do prayer. Okay, I will see you another time. I have to go. Take care. Bye-bye.